What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the best ways to gain Skyblock XP so you can access the Bazaar and make big money. As you can see here, I started a brand new profile, and I'm going to be giving you more than enough methods to hit Skyblock level 7 so you get to pick and choose which ones you like best. I'll try to explain every method the best I can and in full detail, so let's get right into it. Alright, when you first spawn into your island, you want to do /hub. This takes you directly to the hub island without you needing to build a bridge or anything like that. The very first thing you want to do when you spawn in is talk to all these villagers that have the green particles above their head. Once you click on them, they'll talk for a bit and show you a couple things, but you don't need to worry about any of that. On the right hand side of my screen, you can see I talked to 1 out of the 12 villagers. I'm going to show you the locations of all the villagers, and one even gives you a rogue sword, which is super good early game. The Vex is located right outside the Bazaar and auction house. Duke is right next to the map. Felix is right next to the librarian. Lynn is right next to the blacksmith. Stella is right next to the community center. Right next to Stella is, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but he's right near the wheat fields as well. Jack is right next to the portal. Liam is right next to the fashion shop. Tom is right next to this farmhouse. Andrew is right next to this building, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. And last but not least is Jamie, right next to the water fountain. The most important villager because you get a rogue sword for free. And look, I got 5 Skyblock XP there as well. The rogue sword isn't that good damage-wise, but it does grant you a huge speed boost. Just look how much faster I am now. Anyway, now that we're done the first thing that you should do in every new profile, we're going to do the second thing you should do in every new profile, which is to walk on over to the wheat fields. Now that we're in the farm, we're going to have to farm for money. Also, you can kind of steal what's in this minion, and from that, you get free collection levels, which in turn gives you free Skyblock XP. You also get free money from the seeds and the hay, and you even level up your farming skill. So you're just gonna have to farm for a while, and once your inventory is full, head on over to one of these merchants. You can sell all of your items here for coins. Also, if you're going to be farming wheat, you need a rookie hoe. It gives you a lot more money. Now, let's get back to farming. At first, you should level up your skills and collections fairly quick, but this isn't going to be our main method for getting XP. As I stated earlier, we're not only farming wheat for the XP, but we're also doing it for the money, and I'll tell you why in a second. Once you get your farming levels and collection levels to a respectable level, then you can stop farming. Your level should be way higher than farming 6, but I'm lazy and I'm not going to play on this profile anyway, so there's no point for me to actually grind Skyblock XP. Like I said earlier, sell all the items you farmed to one of the merchants, and I'm going to tell you what to buy next. I made 11k from that little time of farming, which isn't a lot, but it's something and it's reliable. Now, the auction house is currently closed because it's Mayor Derpy, but usually it's always open. So before I tell you about that, we're going to go over here. Oh, look at that. You get 5 Skyblock XP for talking to the librarian. You're going to want to talk to this mine merchant and buy 2 gold ingots. Next, you're going to want to go to the lumber merchant and buy some sticks. Once you have these, you can create a golden shovel. Once you have your golden shovel and a little bit of money, head over to the librarian. The librarian sells experience bottles, so you're going to want to buy a couple stacks of them. Make sure you buy enough for level 30, and then start splashing them. I'm now level 30, and it took me a little bit over 2.5 stacks, so let me sell the rest. Now put your golden shovel in the enchantment table and enchant it with efficiency 5. You actually gain a lot of enchanting levels from this, which is even more Skyblock XP. Now, once you have this, follow my pathing. Take this little portal thing to the farming islands. We get 5 Skyblock XP from that as well, but that's not what we're here for, so continue to follow my pathing. Now take this little launch pad to the desert settlement. This place has sand everywhere, which luckily for us is really quick to farm and gives us a ton of mining XP. So what we're going to do is use our rogue sword every 30 seconds for that extra 100 speed, and just start mining as much sand as possible. And as you can see, we increase our mining level. And hey look, I even got a Skyblock level up from that. See, this guy knows the method. But basically, you're going to keep doing this until your high mining level, like mining 10, 11, 12. It's really just what you prefer, because like I said earlier, you're going to have to pick and choose what methods you want to combine to get level 7. And don't forget about the collection levels that you get as well. Once you're done here, you can head back to the hub. Remember to sell the sand and not just throw it out, as every coin matters when you're really new to this game. Anyway, at this point, if I was playing this game for real, I would have a lot more money by now, and hopefully enough money to buy a jungle axe, which is why I'm in the auction. Unfortunately, the auction is closed right now, but what you would do is open the auction house, search up jungle axe, and filter it by lowest buy it now. Make sure to buy an efficiency 5 one or make it efficiency 5 yourself. Once you have a jungle axe, take my pathing. Also, if you talk to this guy, you get 5 Skyblock XP. But let's continue on. Okay, I kind of forgot about this, but you need Foraging skill level 1 to enter the park, but it should be extremely easy to get. Just go over here and break down some trees until you get it. Unfortunately for me, I do not have an axe right now, so let me go buy one. You can buy cheap axes here, but I really recommend that you buy a jungle axe. Okay, I broke like 5 logs and I already got Foraging level 1, so now I can head over to the park. Here, you're going to notice many different types of trees, and there are so many more levels to this place, all with different types of trees. Here's an example of another level, and Foraging skill 2 should be really easy to get, but like I said earlier, each level has its own tree, and each tree has its own collection. So you should be spending a decent amount of time in each level, racking up that collection XP and also that Foraging skill XP, so that you can progress to the next level. Just look how many different wood collections there are. Also, I'd recommend you get each one to collection level 4 or 5 before you move on to the next type of wood. I'm not going to be doing this because I don't have to, but let's move on. Actually, I kind of forgot about something, so let me change profiles real quick. The next thing I'm going to show you will give you tons of XP and a good talisman, with the only downside being it's a minigame and it's really hard. Alright, just follow my pathing. Okay, there we go. Once you get to this island, instead of going up another one, take a left. Here, you will meet Melody and her harp. Once you talk to her, she'll give you different songs. You need to complete each song, and each song gives more and more XP than the last, with eventually you getting an epic talisman and a ton of XP. Also, you're going to have to do this eventually if you want to take this game seriously, so you might as well do it now. If you don't know what this is, well, let me just show you. After this guy is done, of course. One of the most annoying parts about this is that there's almost always someone here. Anyway, let me show you before this guy does it. You have to click the corresponding block as the blocks fall down. It's pretty easy at first, but trust me, it gets a lot harder. And not only does it get harder, but you need to score a 100% on every song to move on. Also, just a word of advice, instead of clicking the blocks, use your drop key. What I mean by this is hover over the blocks, and when it's time to click it, just use your drop key. Just trust me. This will save you from a ton of pain, because for some reason, when you click with your mouse button, it creates sort of a lag, but when you use your drop key, that lag just disappears. It's a lifesaver. Trust me. You can actually get more than 2 levels total from this alone, which is really nice. Anyway, moving on. Since we already went over a couple of skills, I'll just be going over skills in general now. Go over to your skills, and you can see you have a combat, farming, fishing, mining, foraging, enchanting, alchemy, carpentry, runecrafting, taming, social, and dungeoneering skill. For early game, the main ones you want to focus on are in the top row, except for fishing. Don't worry about that. Leveling up your enchanting is pretty easy. Just go enchant some books or some items, like we did earlier with this golden shovel. Alchemy, you don't really need to worry about, but if you really want to, you can put down a brewing stand and start brewing some potions. I don't know how I have alchemy level 2, but whatever. Foraging we went over earlier. You should have a pretty decent foraging level, higher than level 9, by using the method I stated earlier. Mining is also pretty easy to level up with a golden shovel technique. If you're just worried about getting Skyblock level 7, I wouldn't really go over fishing level 2 to 3, as it gets a lot harder from there, but I think it's perfectly fine if you get like 1 fishing level, just because it takes 50 XP. Farming should be decently high from you farming wheat in the hub for money. And combat? Well, let's talk about that right now. Make your way over to this little area right here, talk to the bartender, and he's going to tell you to kill some zombies. Then you're going to simply enter the graveyard and kill 10 zombies. Be careful not to die though, and make sure to deposit your money in the bank so you don't lose it when you die. It also might be helpful to buy some starting gear. Well, I'm not going to go into that. Also, these are kind of hard to kill, and I just lost 4,000 coins. Okay. If you want some starter gear, you can come over to Rosetta. Most of her deals are scams, not going to lie, but it might be worth it just to buy it anyway. Okay, I decided I'm not going to be killing the zombies because I'm too lazy, and also the current mayor doubles the HP of the mobs. So once you're done with that quest, then you could head downstairs down here, and you can meet Maddox the Slayer. Here you can see Revenant Horror and Tarantula Broodfathers, which are the 2 ones we're going to focus on for now. Once you click on it, it'll show up with 5 bosses, the first one being extremely easy, and the second one, well, you could probably kill him as well, but you'd need some better gear. Killing each boss gives you Zombie Slayer XP. From this, you get Skyblock XP, new recipes, more health, all of that good stuff. Also, killing a new tier boss for the first time gives you extra Skyblock XP as well. The next method is going to be Fairy Souls, but first, follow my pathing. Once you're at the fairy pond, talk to Tia the fairy. If you find 5 Fairy Souls, you can exchange them for Skyblock XP and backpack slots. Fairy Souls are located literally throughout every single map and world in this game. They're kinda hard to find on your own, so I'd recommend using a mod such as Never Enough Updates. You can type in Fairy Souls and hit show waypoints, and just look at that, they're everywhere. I'd recommend having Ender Pearls or an aspect at the end to get to these, but they are a pretty good method of getting Skyblock XP. If you want to know how to get this mod, join our Discord, link in the description down below, and there should be a guide there. If you're having any trouble whatsoever, you can ask me or one of our helpers in the Discord and they'll be sure to help you. Alternatively, you can just look it up on YouTube. Our next method is going to be crafting minions. Each minion tier gives 1 Skyblock XP until you get to the higher and more expensive levels, then you get a lot more XP. If you go over to your collections, you can find that most items have their own minion, which is the first thing you unlock throughout the whole collection. Just click on the block and click on the minion. Most minions have about 11 tiers, with the first tier being extremely cheap. Each tier is going to require the previous tier minion and a lot more materials, but crafting the first couple tiers of every minion would be super beneficial for a couple reasons and super cheap. Number 1 is you can use these minions to upgrade your collection while you're AFK, and secondly, the more minions you craft, the more minion slots you unlock, which means the more minions you can have down on your island at the same time. So yeah, lots of Skyblock XP to be made there, although it does get a bit expensive. The next method is going to be pet score. To simply put it, the more pets you have, the more free XP you get. So what you can do is buy a cheap pet off the auction house, and just put it into your pet menu by holding it out and right-clicking it. For every unique pet you get a little bit more Skyblock XP. It may not be that useful, but it's still something to keep in mind. Another simple way to get easy Skyblock XP is over here at the community shop. Click on Elizabeth and go over to account and profile upgrades. You should always have one of these upgrades going as they are super useful and free. Mostly free. Some of them cost gems, but you don't really need them. The first tier to a lot of these upgrades usually takes a day or two, with the time getting longer and longer for each upgrade. Let me claim this one that I had going, and see how much XP I get. Alright, so I got 10 Skyblock XP from that, and I'm pretty sure it only took a day, and it's also completely free. Now I get 10k coins whenever I log in every day, which is pretty neat. Another way to get Skyblock XP, which does cost money, is travel scrolls. Specifically 2 of them that are really cheap. You can buy Travel Scroll to the Howling Cave, and Travel Scroll to the Spider's Den Top of Nest for super cheap on the auction house. There could be some other cheap ones, but I'm not too sure about that right now. But once you have those, I'm pretty sure all you need to do is hold it out and right click it, and then you get easy Skyblock XP. Okay, this video is pretty much over, but let me leave you with one last thing. If you go to your Skyblock menu and go to Skyblock leveling, and hit ways to level up, you can see literally everything that you need to do to gain Skyblock XP. Some of the easiest ones are over here in story tasks and complete objectives. Some of these we already did, like talking to the librarian and killing zombies, but there are other simple ones like exploring the hub, talking to the lumberjack, bringing 25 wheat to Sam. That's definitely worth checking out, but I'm not going to be going over all of them individually, so I'll leave you to figure that out. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and now that you're Skyblock level 7, you have the Bazaar unlocked, and your opportunities to make money are limitless. Tomorrow, I'll be uploading a video where I teach you how to make your first 10 million coins. So make sure to sub and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. With that being said, thank you for watching, and stop. If you guys would like to win 100 million coins, then simply like, sub, and comment down your IGN and why you think you deserve the coins. I will be picking one lucky winner at the end of my month of daily uploads, and I will be announcing that on Discord. So join using the link in the description down below, and also in the Discord, I'm doing an additional 100 million coin giveaway, and there are other useful channels too, especially for my YouTube channel members who get personal help and advice on lowballing, flipping, and progression from me and my co-op member.